I've decided to grow something a little bit different this year. So I'm going to try some Kohl Rabi. Now it's a nice quick growing crop. You can be harvesting within about 60 days of sowing, depending on when you sow it. You can sow any time from March right the way through to July. But basically it's from the cabbage family. So you grow it in a very similar way really, except it grows much quicker than most other brassicas, other cabbage families. But it's really nutritious as well, got lots of vitamins and minerals in it. So yeah, really useful crop to grow and should be more widely grown. Grow it in two ways. You can either grow it in trays and you'd put 2 seeds into each cell tray, let the seedlings come up and then thin to the strongest seedling, harden them off, plant them out. Or you can sow direct, which is what I'm going to do today. Got well prepared soil that's had some general fertiliser put on about a week ago. So I'm going to sow half a row today, and then within about 3 weeks time I'll think about sowing another half a row so that I haven't got too many at once and don't know what to do with them all. Raked a nice sort of level bed, put a string up, so just a shallow drill, so probably about ½ inch deep I suppose. Now at this point, if you want to, if the soil's quite dry, you can water the bottom of the drill. A couple of varieties here. You can get green roots with stems, swollen stems, which is the bit you harvest. These are red, nice red varieties which look very colourful. I should say you can also eat the leaves of these as well, so you can just treat them like spring greens really. But the bit you normally eat and grate into your salads is the swollen root. Got one variety here called Purple Delicacy, which you'll get from lots of suppliers, quite a common one, very good. There's another one here which I haven't tried before, which is called Ballot, F1 variety. So I'm going to give this one a go today. And as I say, this, even when you're sowing in the ground, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can either sow as it were like a nursery row, so you sow a little more thickly. Once your seedlings come up, you thin them to about 1 inch apart. Then when they've got 4 true leaves, the proper leaves, not the seed leaves, you can lift them up and transplant them about 8 inches apart. I always think that's very hard work, so what I tend to do is sow them where I want them to crop, but try and sow a little more thinly, and really just sow as thinly as you can into your row. And what you can do is if these come up and they're still a little, quite thick, because eventually you want to get them to about 8 inches apart, 6 to 8 inches apart, you can thin them out and just eat the thinnings. Now because these are cabbage family, they do suffer with a few of the same pests. Flea beetles, they're tiny little beetles that if you disturb them they jump, hence flea. So you need to watch out for those, and using insect mesh is a good way of stopping those. The other thing of course is birds, so pigeons. We'll know if you grow cabbages and things that pigeons just love them. So you do need to put some bird netting or bird deterrent, something to keep the birds off. Also of course your slugs, the normal slugs and snails. So some pellets for those. What I'm doing here, just covering over with soil. You could, if you preferred, get some compost, put in compost and sprinkle that over the top instead. So just cover over, just to barely cover them, so no more than 1 inch deep really. Label it, give it a good water, and you should find within about 10-14 days that the seedlings have come through. As I say, if you need to thin them, as soon as they're big enough to handle, thin them to 1 inch apart, let them grow on, eat the thinnings, keep on like that till eventually your plants are about 6 inches apart. But what we're going to do with these is, we've sown them today, so it's early March. We're going to follow these through, so in about a month's time we'll come back and see how they're doing. Hopefully they'll be almost ready to start thinning.